Oh my fucking god. Triple H, if you're watching this right now, Triple H, if you're watching this right now, props to you. That, oh my god. Wow. Fucking believable. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta write this down. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. Hang on. I'm literally writing down what just happened in my book. Wow. There are no words to describe what the fuck just happened. First of all, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, I'm gonna give you guys the results of Summerslam, and holy shit, I'm just gonna be real. This could very may well go down in history as one of the greatest Summerslams ever. Literally ever. Holy shit. Obviously, we gotta kick the night off with the Raw Women's title between Bianca Bellaire and Becky Lynch. You would think it would have lasted 26 seconds. No, it didn't. Basically, it was a repeat of WrestleMania. Bianca Bellaire hit Lynch with the KOD to retain the Raw Women's title, but then after the match, everything changed. Becky Lynch shook Bianca's hand as a sign of respect. Now, you would think that she would celebrate and we would move on to the next match. Nope. Over a year, we finally get to see the return of Bayley. We get to see the return of Dakota Kai, who was released from her contract earlier this year. And then we got to see the return of Io Shirai, who has now been named Io Sky, which makes no sense whatsoever. And just when you thought Bayley, Dakota, and Io were going to attack Bianca Belair, in comes Becky Lynch on the side of Bianca Belair, which I'm assuming it means that she's becoming a babyface again, which is a possibility, but who knows. We'll find out this Monday on Raw, but that match right there was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And honestly, I think all these matches were incredible. Including this next one, which is a match between two social media icons, between The Miz and Logan Paul. And it's interesting because this was Logan's second match in WWE, but it was his first one-on-one. It was one to remember. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that right now. One to remember. Ciampa gets himself ejected from ringside because he was literally was about to attack Logan Paul. The referee caught him. So what happens? Poof! AJ Styles music hits Ciampa with a phenomenal forearm. They exit ringside. Logan Paul decides to hit The Miz with AJ's own phenomenal forearm. That didn't work out. but a skull-crushing finale did. Logan Paul hits The Miz with a skull-crushing finale to pick up a victory. Now the question is, with The Miz in Logan Paul's rear view mirror, which, knowing Miz, he'll come up with some bullshit excuse. What's next for Logan Paul? Who knows? Who knows? Next up, we have the United States title defended as the almighty United States champion Bobby Lashley defended against Mr. Money in the Bank Theory. This was a foregone conclusion. We knew Theory was never gonna get his title back, and he taps out to the Hurt Lock. Thus, Bobby Lashley retains the title. We then move on to sorry guys, my camera moved again. Here we go. We move on to a no disqualification tag team match between the Mysterios and the Judgment Days, Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It's still hard to believe that Finn Balor joined Judgment Day, but it is what it is. But just when you thought that Judgment Day was going to win, poof! Out comes the return of the rated R superstar Edge. And because of Edge, the Mysterios hit I think Finn Balor. They hit Finn Balor with a double 619 to pick up a victory over the Judgment Day, and the Mysterios stood tall with Edge. Great to see Edge back. Great to see him back as a babyface. Honestly, I mean, then again, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of a double. It's I guess it's more of the lesser of two evils. You know, on one side, Edge as a heel, he's won quite a few titles. Edge as a babyface, he's won a few more titles, if you will. So it's with Edge, with Edge's characters, it's like the lesser of two evils, if you will. But great to see Edge back. But we also move on to the Smackdown side of things between Pat McAfee and Happy Corbin, or I guess as Pat McAfee called him, bum-ass Corbin. And if you guys saw the vignette between involving the rivalry between the two, and the fact that they played together with the Colts, then you'll know what happened. But still, this was an incredible match. You would think with Corbin's experience it would become a factor. Nope. I said it before, he's had 4, aside from this match, he's only had 3 other matches in WWE. Theory, Adam Cole, baby, and the rest of the Undisputed Era inside of War Games. This was Pat's 4th match in WWE, and he picked up a victory with the referee's back turned, completely distracted, low blow, and a code red, or I guess a Canadian, I guess a code red, yeah, and a code red to pick up a victory, which is insane. The one thing that made me laugh hard the most was the fact that atop of the stands of Nissan Stadium there was the Music City Men's Choir, and they were chanting. They were all singing "Bum Ass Corbin," and then they were also singing Pat's theme, which was pretty fucking awesome in my opinion. We then move on to a match for the undisputed tag team titles between the Usos, the champions, and the challengers, the Street Profits, with Nashville's own Jeff Jarrett, Double J, the Hall of Famer, as the special guest referee. I'm gonna be honest, he did an incredible job as special guest ref. He did an amazing job. But I'm gonna be honest, this was probably by far, honestly, if I had to pick between this match and Money in the Bank, I think Money in the Bank probably would have been probably was the more better. But I guess again, just like with Edge, this match was like, I guess, the lesser of two evils, because you had Money in the Bank, which was an instant classic, This one was about a couple levels below it, honestly, but closing moments of the match, Usos hit Montez Ford with the 1D to retain the undisputed tag team titles with no controversy whatsoever. Now, if you guys saw my prediction video, I think on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, you will know that I had talked about the match between Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins, and the fact that Riddle's injury might take him out of SummerSlam. Turns out it was true. He ended up suffering the injury, and again, as I said, in one of my other videos this week, he was not medically cleared to compete. But Randy Orton told Riddle, "Don't be taking that shit from anybody." And so Seth freaking Rollins came out. They beat the hell out of each other, and it ended with Rollins hitting Riddle with a stomp again, and he walks out of SummerSlam. Plain and simple. Next up, we move on to the Smackdown Women's title between the champion Liv Morgan and the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey. I'm gonna be honest here. This was probably by far, I wouldn't say the worst match, but I would probably say the least favorite. And the reason why I say that is because of three things. Number one is the fact that you have two fan favorites in Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan. They've got a ton of respect for each other. Yet it's again, as I said moments ago, it's the lesser of two evils. On one hand, if you were sitting inside Nissan Stadium with the rest of the 48,449 fans, which is an incredible record, mind you, and my hair keeps falling out. It's a matter of a double-edged sword. The lesser of two evils. On one hand, you want to see Liv Morgan continue the Cinderella story and retain the SmackDown Women's title. On the other hand, you want to see Ronda Rousey dominate the SmackDown Women's division again as SmackDown Women's Champion, which honestly it was pretty up there. Don't get me wrong. The first couple minutes of the match was great, but it was the second half of the match that made all the difference, because Ronda Rousey applied an armbar onto Liv Morgan multiple times, which Liv Morgan's arm was completely fucked up. She could not move it at all. And the referee brought in the medic, and Liv said, "Don't ring that bell." And just when you thought that Liv Morgan was gonna win, again, the lesser of two evils, she got the pin all right, but Liv Morgan also tapped out right before the referee's hand went down for a 3 count for the third time. And so in that scenario, if there was a special guest enforcer, hands down, Ronda Rousey would have won easily. But because that the referee in the ring didn't notice the tap, Liv Morgan ended up retaining the SmackDown Women's title. But unfortunately, that pissed Ronda Rousey off and applied the armbar onto Liv Morgan, and thus she is now a heel once again, or so I think. Not so sure. Now, this next match, the main event, I swear, you would think it would have been any ordinary last man standing match. No. This is Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns we're talking about here, okay? A rivalry that dates back 7 years. with Paul Heyman in the middle of all of it. Michael Cole said it best in the middle of the match. Heyman brought this upon himself. He brought it upon himself, stabbed Brock Lesnar in the back, joined Roman Reigns. Simple. This was probably by far one of the most insane last man standing matches I had ever seen. Ever. Like, ever. This was literally the first, half of the match. The first, half of the match, 3/4 of the match, all Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar dominated. But the last bit of the match, he takes a fucking tractor. Okay? Think about this. During his entrance, he drives a tractor from the stage into ringside. Uses the tractor to literally push the ring from its original spot and then lift the ring to where Roman rolled out of the ring onto the ground. And here's the thing. No matter how many times Roman Reigns put Brock Lesnar down, Brock Lesnar kept getting back up. And it literally, here's the thing, both these men beat the hell out of each other to the point where Theory came out, cashed in money, or rather was about to cash in Money in the Bank. Lesnar was having none of it. And so it literally took the Usos, Paul Heyman, and Theory, and Roman Reigns himself to put Brock Lesnar down for a 10, because every time he would always get back up. Every single time, whether it was a briefcase shove, whether it was a title, a championship to the face, it did not matter. Brock Lesnar kept getting back up, and he took what Roman took pieces. Roman and the rest of the bloodline took pieces of the announce desk, piled it on top of Brock Lesnar, boxes, chairs, everything, and Roman Reigns was able to retain the title. Now you guys know, last night on Smackdown, Drew McIntyre defeated Sheamus in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, as the name is suggested. So now it'll be Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at Clash of the Castle in Cardiff, Wales. Drew's home turf, if you will. If you're Drew McIntyre, what the fuck do you do? You saw what happened, what the fuck do you do? I swear, Triple H did an amazing job with this card. This probably had to have been the best SummerSlam card we have had in years, which is insane. But that brings me to the question of the day. What were your guys' thoughts on SummerSlam? And who were you excited to see the most? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more premium live event result videos in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And as always, make sure you guys follow me on all of my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out. Holy shit.